right, good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to our 100th episode of the WDN Chatline podcast. This is the host CB, and I'm here with the team. I'm here with WD, and I'm here with Miss Pretty Carly. How y'all feeling on our 100th episode tonight?
It's amazing.
WD, how you feeling, fam? 100 episode in.
Well, we made it. We came a long way.
Survived it.
Right. So, shout out to the listeners. Hope y'all having a good evening. Basically, how the show gonna go tonight. We're just gonna continue getting into these recent Saints news. You know, they coming by the day, and that's good. You know, we go out on how deep we was in the cap hole, but we'll get into that. So that's how the show gonna go tonight. We're gonna get into that discussion, and then we're gonna open the phone lines up for you guys to call in, give us your thoughts on the cap situation or the moves, whatever that's been happening with the Saints. So once again, hope y'all having a wonderful night. Let's get to this comment section. Give a little shout out, then we can get started. We got Tidra Covington said, "Who that? I be here."
Who that, baby? Welcome to the 100th episode. Who that, Leslie? Welcome to the 100th episode, big dog.
The OG. Then Miguel LaBoy said, "Who that? Who that to you, Miguel?" Then we got Jake White. Jake White, I want you to call in about Jameis. I just saying we about to give him a deal before free agency starts. So I want you to call in and give us your thoughts on that. Shout out to you. Jacob Arthur said, "Sup everyone, who that is?" I guess you mean Jameis Town. If them rumors is true, I believe that's what it's about to be.
I would love to see that. Who that, Miguel? Thank you for tuning in to the 100th episode. We hope that we entertain you guys tonight.
All right. Then we got Scotty said, "I can't believe they released Sanders." We'll get into that, fam. Welcome to the podcast. And then we got the OG Jerry said, "Hey, WDN Chatline."
What's
So
happening?
we get back to the comment section.
What's happening? What's happening, Jerry? What's up, guys?
What's up, Payton?
I'm back. Got a new job. I'm off every day by 5. So we bite.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. A lot done happened since the last episode. We'll go right down the list, probably do about 3 at a time because there's been so many moves being made. So we'll start with Thomas Morstead. Thomas Morstead, that happened a few days ago. He got released. So what are y'all's thoughts on Super Bowl player Thomas Morstead being released?
I never thought that a release would hurt me as much as this one did because it came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. So when it happened, I was just shocked. My mouth dropped because it was 12 years. It was the last of a good breed. And what I'm talking about is, our Super Bowl. It's him. And to see that he was gone after 12 years, it was just like, damn, I know it's a business, but the punter out of all people, And so It's heartbreaking considering what all we've been through, all the turmoil that we have to go years in and year out. And he was the one consistent staple because our special teams got so much better year after year after year. And to see that he was a captain in 2011, to see that this guy was the one that they let go, it hurt me tremendously. Like I said, I didn't think that a cut would hurt me. Like I would just be like, okay, it is what it is. We can replace whoever it is. But this is Thomas Morstead.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt a little bit more than I thought it would.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can.
I was just checking because I'm not at home.
What's your thoughts on Morstead being released? Uptown.
Hey,
I'm gonna get mine while he getting this mic together.
I'm sorry. Hey, look, I heard what Carly was saying about him and all that, right? You know what I'm saying? But it was his time, bro. You understand? That leg had got a little weak. You understand? Remember, he used to be the one that used to kick off for us for years and stuff. He was our kickoff. When I said he wasn't doing that anymore, you understand what I'm saying? I was like, I think that he may be on his last leg, literally.
Literally.
Literally on his last leg. My whole thing is this, right? That dude, he is a standout person. He's a heck of a Saint. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that whoever we get, to replace him would do as well as Morstead did.
That's definitely going to be a tall task, man. I mean, Morstead, Pro Bowl punter, obviously, you know what I'm saying, he kicked ambush. And like I said, he's been one of them staples for years that you kind of take for granted until, whenever we watch other teams, whenever they punting, Morstead was always clutch. You know what I'm saying? Like, as bad as our defense was, at least we had a chance because he was typically pinning them, within the 20, within the 10 every single time. So I think that's going to be replacing him with somebody that's actually good is going to be paramount to the success of our special teams moving forward.
He actually holds the record. He still does to this day for kickoff touchbacks in one game with 9, and the record for the most touchbacks in a single season. So it's going to be a tall task to replace that guy.
Right. And if anything don't stand out about Thomas Morstead to anyone, that Super Bowl onside kick, that's the first thing that comes to mind to anyone. So basically, he's well known for that. He'll always be remembered for that, because that pretty much sealed the game for us, got us the ball back. Yeah, man, just won the Super Bowl leftovers, and he had a hell of a career with us. His leg was, strong. I remember Uptown said he used to kick off for us. Yeah, that's how strong his leg was. He was punting and kicking for us. So yeah, man, it's like I said, it's that time. It was gonna come one day, but I'm not sure if he's actually finished or not. I seen him, say he had a few procedures, on his ankle and back or something like that. But at some point it was gonna be time anyway. But yeah, man, definitely sad to see him go.
I did read.
I just hope the young buck learn from Thomas Morstead. I hope he took in and grasped all the stuff from Thomas Morstead, and he applied when he gets on board.
Let's just hope whoever the cat is, man, that he just have that natural ability that Morstead had. If he have that natural ability, then perhaps he can, literally, fill his shoes. But if he ain't got that natural ability, man, you can't really just quote unquote teach him nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let's just hope whoever we need to hope and pray that whoever that comes in to replace him has that natural ability.
All right. So we good on Morstead?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say, man, shout out to Morstead for having a great career, and thank you for helping the Saints win the Super Bowl. That's all I got, CB.
We wish you the best.
All right. So as far as the re-signings, we had 2 that went down. We had Ty Montgomery coming back. I think that was a good move, and Dwayne Washington, special team, key contributor on special teams. So how y'all feeling on those moves? Ty, Dwayne.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you, man. I was hoping that at some point in this draft that we would draft a running back. I'm not saying necessarily high or nothing like that, but draft a running back. Because I don't know what we're gonna do with Murray. I don't know what's going on with him. This dude Washington been around for a minute, and he hasn't proven himself to be, worthy enough to, to give, AK a rest when he's in the game. And the other cat, man, Ty Montgomery, played well in the absence of AK that time, man. But he's kind of age. He's kind of a little bit older and stuff in the league, and he's more or less a gadget type guy. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
And it still could happen. I seen some rumors about Latavius. Now with Mark Ingram going to Houston, will they, not try to entertain the offers? I don't know. We see how that happen. They still might entertain that late, in the draft.
Yeah, I hope so, man, because we need somebody. Because Octavius, when he got the opportunities, he did play well. I must admit that, but he's not really the solid 1-2 that we had when we had Ingram and AK. You know what I'm saying? That's not the 1-2 combination that we've had in the past. I don't know what it is about him, man, too, about Murray. It seemed like Murray just been in a permanent doghouse, with Sean Payton. That's almost what it seems like to me. That's just my opinion. It ain't no fact. I don't have no facts to substantiate that. It just seemed like he just don't really care for dude, for whatever reason, man, Wody just don't get no opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know quite how you feel about him. But, I can only determine that from how much he allows him to play.
Right.
Well, I mean, Ty Montgomery, as far as him being he could play in a slot. So, I mean, I think that's a solid move. Signing those two guys back definitely won't stop the Saints from drafting a running back, even if it's late. So, we'll see. My question would be, will he run the ball then?
He done decent against the Panthers though. He done solid against the Panthers, but
yeah.
He did a damn good job. I think he got over 100 yards rushing that. That game. And that was, and let's be quite honest with you, right? We was not expecting that day. You wasn't expecting that at all. It was something, it was a pleasant surprise. What you got,
right.
CB?
So y'all good on them? We can get into the restructures and releases. Let's get into the restructures first. But that kind of happened first. It's a plethora of names. We got Cam and DeMario. I'm gonna just name them all. We got Cam, we got DeMario, Andrews Pete, Malcolm Jenkins. Who else restructured? Who else?
How much we was over the cap, man? It seemed like
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas.
Yeah, Michael Thomas.
Everybody, every big name player on the big money player on the team had to restructure. We had no other choice.
I'm okay with the restructure, because the thing about NFL restructures, you have to keep those players just going to be on the team a little bit longer because of their contract restructure. But I'm okay with it because we went the route of restructuring all of their contracts rather than listening to trades and stupid stuff, stupid offers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with knowing that we're still going to have those guys on our team.
There's one or two of them cats, man. We should have, listened to something. Man. We could have entertained a little bit of something on a couple of them cats. We should at least listen to something. Even if we don't, if we don't actually do nothing. But some of them cats deserve to listen to. Y'all know that I know it. You know it and I know it, Queen.
I was gonna say that.
You understand what I'm saying? It was a couple of them. We should have at least heard somebody out.
Especially for Andrews Pete.
I mean, it still can happen. I know the restructures done happen and stuff, but I know that's to get under the cap. But that could help another team out. Like, just say we trade Pete another team that's getting Pete, they won't get as big of a cap hit that he was, owed before he done the restructure. So, the moves could still, a move could still happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want to talk more about that once we talk about the releases, because I know there's a lot of people that were upset about a few of the guys that we released, but I don't think that they understand the way that this works is even though we release them, we can still turn back around and sign them again. Just needed to get to a certain amount under the cap.
If people are familiar with our cap situation, they shouldn't be upset with any of those moves.
At all.
Some of that stuff, we had to do it, man. We had to do it.
Yeah,
I can tell you how much me and
want.
stressed that on the last show. We just kept telling them, if one thing the Saints fans don't need to worry about or stress about or lose sleep over is cap.
That stuff we had to do, man. It ain't what we wanted to do. So you can get upset until the cows come home. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and that's what we had to do. We had to do that.
I mean, some people need to keep in mind as well. A lot of teams are going to have to do this because of the decrease in cap space. So a lot of teams are already planning for that larger amount. I mean, you see Patrick Mahomes signed this huge deal, and then all of a sudden he's restructuring. They just lost both their starting offensive tackles. I mean, this isn't just us. That's what a lot of people need to understand. This is going on a lot of the league, and a lot of people are going to be taking pay cuts until the salary cap goes back up, and that's kind of where it's at. So,
Pete, it's just like I'm glad
it's going to happen, and we might end up signing a couple of these guys back.
I'm glad you emphasized that, Pete. That it just ain't us, because you look around the league. There's a lot of good football players being cut, man. I seen Hunter Henry cut. I seen Galladay cut. You understand?
But they let them test the market.
Green Bay,
they let them test the market.
Green Bay letting Aaron Jones test the market, of all people. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that it is what it is. I'm glad that because it's good to emphasize that, Pete, to let them know that other teams is doing it, so they won't think that the Saints is doing something unique.
Right. So
exactly.
Basically,
we got.
Basically,
we're not letting. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Payton.
Go ahead, CB.
No. Go ahead, because I was about to get on something else. You good?
No, what I was saying was that's why you see all these big time players taking all these restructures. So like Janoris Jenkins, we cut him, we cut Quan Alexander, but these are guys that we can turn around and sign right back. But Quan Alexander was about to get a $9 million cap hit. There's no way, because you got Michael Thomas restructuring his deal, and you've got who knows, Alvin Kamara might end up restructuring his, because at the end of the day, the players we're trying to keep are the Marshawn Lattimores. We're trying to keep the Marcus Williams. We're trying to keep the guys that, regardless of who plays quarterback, that they've got a solid defense and they've got the key leaders and playmakers on that team.
Yeah, we're trying to keep Ram too.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
But how y'all feel about Taysom? Do y'all think he need to restructure and extend that $16 million?
Why not?
Oh yeah.
I want him to extend this deal and just stretch that money out.
Not only that, but it's like he's getting paid starter quarterback. Not even that. So that should have been one of the first people that should have actually thought about. I'm just surprised that name never came up out of there.
Yeah, that's right, Taysom. Break bread.
Because unfortunately for Taysom, in my opinion, so y'all don't come for me. In my opinion, I just feel like with all these positions we had Taysom playing, his worst position was quarterback. And that's what it was.
But they can come at you all they want, man. What you're speaking is the truth. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, if that hurts your feelings, man, then cut the internet off.
I don't know. We got what you got last week? You got last week that was Taysom guy.
Yeah, I heard Wody. He was trolling, man. He had to been trolling.
Yeah. But yeah, I think just extend them. If he's seeing the rumors about us, possibly bringing Jameis in, well, I just seen that. I'm not sure how much, validity that is, but Sean done said it, so it's either gonna be him or Russell. So if Taysom see that, man, just accept your role as a gadget, and let's just keep it moving. Extend that 16 million hit. Just put it into another year, and then you get 8 mil this year, 8 mil the next.
That'll
Just
be
do it
nice.
like that.
You can deal with the alternative. We can always cut your ass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you ready to do? You ready to get your 8 mil this year, 8 mil next year, and be on the team? Or we can always give you that slice, bro. You heard me? So
I mean, the drafts. I mean, the team's good enough. I mean, if you look at, I mean, realistically, the team is good enough that, I mean, look at the 2013 Broncos. I'm not saying our defense is that good. 2015 Broncos, I'm not saying our defense is that good, but I mean, they plugged, broken Peyton Manning in that, and they still won a Super Bowl, and they had Brock Osweiler out there. Like, that's why we got to keep the core defensive pieces because we're going into this year. It's not going to be. I think a lot of people are expecting us to rebuild and blow it all up, but I mean, this team is still good enough with. I mean, even a serviceable quarterback that. I mean, if Drew Brees' arm, if his shoulder didn't give out and had suffer all them extra injuries, if what Brittany said was true by the end of the year, I mean, we would be talking potentially about the Super Bowl winning Saints. So this team isn't terrible without Breeze or without anybody, as long as we keep these core guys on defense and then the Kamara and Thomas and Ramczyk on offense. Like we're still a team that we're looking to make moves to win a Super Bowl this year and continue on the success. So I think that's something that you really got to realize that Taysom Hill, he might be pretty. And where I'm going with this is we might have to extend out Taysom Hill, and if he doesn't want to do that, yeah, if we cut him, we can always go out and draft somebody and then protect him. Short passes to Michael Thomas, whoever our number 2 receiver is going to be, which I think is going to be Marquez Callaway, and then he's still got the best running back in the NFL behind him. So, and a beast offensive line. So it's not like we've still got the pieces to contend, and I think this offseason is going to show that they're not willing to fold and give up on all the progress that we've made.
yes,
Okay, now as far as these releases, we not hit on the restructure pretty much. So far as these releases, who are some pieces y'all think we should have hold on to? I'm gonna get mine. I think out of the whole group, I think Janoris.
That
I
was
think Janoris was
that was
the
my pick. That's why you wanted to go first. But okay.
yeah,
no,
Janoris was the
you may think Norris, but if I'm not, I read something. Did we actually release Malcolm Brown?
Yes, we did.
yep.
I
Today.
think Malcolm Brown
Yep.
was more important than what Janoris Jenkins was. That's what my
Malcolm Brown was freaking solid on the interior of that line this year with David Onyemata, which thankfully we got Onyemata locked up. But
Here's the
Malcolm Brown was a
reason
problem.
why I say that too, CB, is because okay, now Malcolm Brown is big rank. He testing the free agency, right? You understand? So it's weakening us. I thought the strength of us was having that nice rotation that was going on right there in that interior. I remember me and WD talked about that before.
And we could possibly get back.
But we got depth there though. We got some pieces done. This done
We
showed a few.
have
I'm not saying they about to do like a Malcolm Brown, but like a Malcolm Roach, Shy Tuttle. I mean, we got somebody that's done at least shown some flashes that they can get in there and eat. But
those
out there,
guys.
I think Brown was better than them, bro.
Those guys, yeah,
no, he
those
was,
guys
but
are good in the rotation. But as far as starting, we definitely gonna have to replace somebody like Malcolm Brown. Malcolm Brown is what really made this run defense. Not saying that they all didn't play a part, but for the most part, it was him and Demario getting after guys in the backfield.
and it showed. It showed once he got hurt. Once he got hurt, it showed. his presence was definitely lost.
Not out of all those, I remember we was talking earlier about people that we cut and maybe perhaps going to sign back, at a later date. I hope he's among those candidates.
That's true. So what about on the outside with Janoris? Y'all know at cornerback, this hadn't been the best of position.
It has been.
At corner,
Man,
honestly, in my opinion, he was the most
but the
consistent
time we
in my opinion last season.
a young cornerback, we got Marshawn Lattimore, and it worked pretty well for us. So I feel like if they're not going to try to resign Norris or something, or get a solid cornerback elsewhere, I think that they're going to get it out of the draft.
Yeah, I read
Right.
them in the draft, but I do recognize too, right, that there's a couple of corners that got released.
Mm-hmm.
That I wouldn't mind us taking a look at a couple of them cats if possible too.
Right. That's why I said I agree.
What about Pat P? You think we need to take a look at him, or you think he could be asking too much?
He's not.
No.
And I love I love my LSU boys too, bro.
I do too, but that's not.
Well, he done lost it, bro. He done lost. He done lost 3 steps. He done lost 3 steps, not just 1. You understand? I saw your boy. What's your boy name, man? From Seattle. He was taking his damn lunch money from him. DK Metcalf. You know what I'm saying? So, no, not Patrick.
DK, yeah, DK. Well, also in respect, I do agree, but DK was doing that to pretty much everybody this year. So, but no, I think we probably need to go in the draft. We've got Marshawn Lattimore's like our guy, and as much as you know what I mean, you can talk about his first 2 games of the season, of every season, for every year. But it's always true that the last 14 games of the year, Marshawn Lattimore, I'd put up there with just about any other corner in the NFL. So that's a guy that we got to keep. That, I mean, we can plug in somebody, as long as they're, we get somebody that's, technically sound, pretty good some speed, a second, third round cornerback, put him on the other side of Lattimore, and I think you're good to go. You got a lot cheaper at that position. So I think Janoris Jenkins, like I said, if he came back on a much cheaper deal, that'd be worth it. But right now, with what's going on in the league, everybody's trying to get underneath that, trying to get a little bit extra money. So I think Janoris would be replaced pretty good.
But the only thing is, I don't know if this cat can play on the outside.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Wait, what you say, Uptown?
There was there's a cat out there, bro, that got cut. But the only thing is, I don't know if this. I think he mostly a slot.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? So if he's mostly a slot corner, then he ain't gonna do us no good. We need somebody that's strictly on the outside. Right. And FYI, I was referring to that cat Desmond King.
Yeah, he's a slot guy.
Yeah, I was kind of high on him when he came out in the draft that year. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's strictly a slot guy, and I don't like that experiment of putting a slot guy on the outside, all that kind of stuff.
Well, what about his teammate, Malcolm Butler, his former teammate? I'm sorry.
I don't like him no more either. You know what I mean? Because I'm only telling you, bro, because I seen these dudes get their lunch money taken, bro, like last season, man, like big time, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Malcolm Butler. Boy,
man, they all get they all get beat, bro. I mean, I was gonna name somebody else. If I say this name right here, I think you're gonna go at me. But Josh Norman.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
On the outside,
absolutely, yeah.
I just
goddamn, bro.
he wouldn't even make it to the field for a game because I just think that him and Michael Thomas would just have it out at practice and they wouldn't even make it he wouldn't even make it to the field. He'd have been to quit the team before the season started.
Oh boy. No, I
Every-
don't want no parts. I don't want no parts of Josh Norm, bro.
What about Richard Sherman?
Oh,
No.
man, look. This is what I'm saying. I said get one of those veterans and draft a cornerback because I mean at the end of the day, it's not like they got that much depth there anyway.
Right. Look, if that's the case, then I'd rather take my shot with Desmond King. You understand? Rather than take my shot.
But that's basically depth for slot, and I mean we already had that problem before. Call PJ.
You the highlight dude, bro. Go back and check out Butler all season. him, and Richard Sherman, and who was the other cat y'all mentioned? Josh Norm. Yeah, go. Josh Norm and stuff. The only thing that comes to mind when I think of him right now
is Derrick Henry. I know.
And the stiff arm. You know, it was so bad by Derrick Henry. It ain't even funny. That's the only thing imprinted in my mind right now.
Man, this all I'm saying is get a vet.
Choked his ass out.
Wait, dude, Kurt said, man, forget all that. Me and CB going to try out for the Saints. I'm finna be Manny.
Sanders,
I guess you made Emmanuel Sanders replacement.
Why is he
I'll back up. I'll back up AK. Just give me a few screens. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah,
Shout out to dude Kurt. Okay, now there was some rumors about. I think this is true about the team wanting to extend Marshawn and Ramchick. If they unable to do both of them at this time, which one do y'all think we need to go well first?
Right.
Lattimore.
No, I say Ram.
Lattimore. Do you not hear us having this conversation about fussing over a CB?
Yeah, but you see, we don't know what kind of quarterback that we're going to get, in the future, and we need to have a solid offensive line.
Okay, everybody need that.
Yeah, but we need it. But it's more important that we need it right now, especially if we come in and if Jameis end up being our quarterback.
No.
You understand?
Yeah, but
we need it for whoever.
We can do a 5th-year option on him, and then we can extend, Ram, or vice versa.
The thing with that is we've had a history of getting. But I'm gonna take Ruiz out of it because Ruiz it was at the wrong position, so we really don't know about him yet. But the team is known for getting linemen in the draft. But with Lattimore, like I said, his ceiling is still there. He can be definitely a top 5. But far as a solid corner, when the last time we've had that? I think Keenan and Delvin could have been that if they'd have been healthy, but cornerback we've never had like that. That solid corner.
Jabari.
Yeah, he gives
Jabari too good for about 3 years. But that was
that's before. That's before Keenan and them got on the scene. Yeah, no, Jabari, in my opinion, he done been the most solid corner. But I ain't, gonna get into that. I'm just saying, like, after Jabari, was Keenan and Delvin, but they couldn't stay healthy. I think they could have been solid, but you can't count that. So we had no solid corner up until Marshawn.
I don't think that we I really
that's true.
I don't like a either or. You understand? I hope maybe we can extend them both, and then we wouldn't have to to face this type of dilemma when it comes down to them two. I'm pretty sure that Mickey had some type of plan. He knew that he was going to be faced with this dilemma, this off season. So hopefully we can just lock them both up, and we don't run the risk of losing either one of them.
Right.
I think we keep
Carly.
going. I mean,
Carly, stand your ground right quick.
I already said what I had to say. I'm Team Lattimore all day, every day.
So here's the kind of the conundrum. So we can build that super solid offensive line to where, but then you run the risk of we become the 14 or 15 Saints where our defense is gashed Because
Oh
we don't. And
God.
the issue is this time though, we wouldn't have peak Drew Brees. You know what I mean? Being able to sling the ball and put 40 on anybody. And then you run the risk of if we have a super solid defense, but our offensive line is weak, and we do draft a quarterback, or we keep Taysom, Jameis, or whoever, then the right side of our line is getting absolutely bum rushed, and we destroy their, like I said, the building of that quarterback. Because you look at somebody like David Carr back in the Texans from. Oh gosh, was it 2005? David Carr was, big time quarterback coming out, but the Texans had zero offensive line. He was super talented, but once you initially shake a quarterback's confidence, especially that young in their career, you pretty much have ruined it. And now, especially if we put a high round pick into it, so you're kind of in a spot to where you really do need both of those players.
I think you just
So
described.
I think it's hope. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I feel like you just described Vince Young.
Yeah, but I don't really blame Vince Young with the way his career went, man. He had a garbage ass coach. I mean, a garbage ass coach. I mean, his coach was straight ass. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what dogged Vince Young career, because his coach was just trash can, and he kept getting jobs. They kept hiring Woody. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on
Yeah.
Vince Young. We can go to something else. What you guys see, B?
Okay, so Uptown, one of your Williams sons, he got franchise tagged the other day.
I,
Let's
What
I
go.
seen it coming, bro.
did you expect it? You expected? You
saw it.
excited?
I saw it coming, bro. Because listen, I'm gonna be the first one to say I really don't like it too much. It's not like I'm doing cartwheels behind that. You understand? And I understood that Wody had a good season last season, and
Not
that
only
he
did
was going.
wait, no. Not only did he have a good season, he was literally one of the most consistent players on the
I
team.
don't care what you say. Don't even try to defend Wody. Everybody ain't been liking Wody. You understand what I'm saying? He had a good season last year, and he got franchised, and he got his money, and that's it. You
He's
understand?
literally one of the
We
only
don't need
players
no
on
more
this
accolades.
team that's been consistent every year and has gotten better every year. The thing about Marcus Williams is you either have those people who don't like him because they can't get over the Minneapolis miracle, so they hate him for that, and they look past all the great things that he has done. That man has been so consistent. He has gotten better literally every year.
I gotta disagree with
I
that
don't
one.
see that. I don't
I
see
gotta
that.
disagree. The
I disagree
2018 and
vehemently.
2019 season.
Go ahead, WD.
The 2018 and 2019, those were pretty bad years. But as far as last season goes, we pretty much know how it started. I mean, he did get a pick versus the Bucks, but I remember we was calling for his head, man. I mean, and we should at that time because he was
damn near every season he's been here.
well.
But
I mean,
the tackling was the forefront of that.
But I mean,
pass,
but no.
Man, the pass interference. Remember the pass interference, the getting beat. You know what I'm saying, man?
Nah,
he had issues, bro. Let's not pretend like he didn't have.
2018 for sure. I remember. I think he gave up a completion rate. Like I forgot, man. It was pretty bad. Like next to PJ Williams, bad. That was 2018. I'm talking about though.
But I must admit and stuff. Last season, and sometimes cats do that when they know they're in a contract year. So, like, I want to see what he do this season. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see because we always see cats getting, miraculously they get so good when they contract years, is upon them.
I tell you, like last season, it was pretty much it was weird. Like he had a pretty rough start, not week one, but those couple of weeks after that, he was looking really, really bad. Then the second half of the season, he looked like one of the best safeties in the NFL. So I don't know, man.
That was our
I
whole
need to.
defense, though.
I'm gonna tell you something, brother, that I didn't know, bro. I've seen this recently, man. Did y'all know that that he had, I think they said the second or the third best tackle rate among safeties last season?
Who?
Did y'all know that?
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
his tackling
Yes, we
improved
did.
this past season.
Not only did we know that, but the NFL gave him not one but 2 awards that he for 28,000 that he can give to the charity of his choosing because he was the best tackler.
Yeah, it was about time he learned how to tackle.
Yeah, but I mean, for us with Marcus Williams, like his driving force with my issue with him was his tackling. His tackling, but this past season, he improved on that. Well, it was the tackling, and then, he really didn't have that sideline speed. This year, they really wasn't. They was going deep at the beginning, but the second half of the season, they really wasn't, going deep like that because, Marshawn and Jack Rabbit was playing better.
Well,
But it's really like the tackling was the driving force with him.
Look
You
at
understand what I mean? So don't
posing behind my markets.
don't like I and I'm gonna be straight up, bro. Nah, get mad at me if you want to get mad at me. You understand? Was that so much of a product of him and his covering ability, or was it so much of a product of us having a good defensive line?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, you talking about his overall play this past season?
Oh, you can say what you want about WDN. Everybody know WDN was sloppy and has been sloppy ever since he's been here. And then look, he started off sloppy with the Minneapolis Miracle that you talked about.
Child.
You understand what I'm saying? So what he got good and stuff a little bit last season. I want to see him do it again. Do it again.
Before they missed tackle, he was really good at rookie year, and I felt like the first. Hold on, let me finish. The second half of the season, it felt like he left. That's how I felt like it left off before the missed tackle.
Yeah.
But that 2018 season, I'm gonna say it like this: as good as we talk about that season, we know how Marshawn he had a bad start that season. But we was missing as far as that defense go. We was missing that Marcus Williams because Marcus Williams he was supposed to. I mean, I feel like if Marcus Williams was playing as good as he did at the end of this half, I felt like we probably would have had a top defense. And we probably, we've probably been talking about the NFC Championship possibly. I mean, well, we wasn't the NFC Championship. I'm sorry, but the Super Bowl. But I just felt like that he was one of the weak links of that year.
Yeah, but Uptown, I ain't sitting here doing no cartwheels. No, I'm just gonna say I ain't doing cartwheels, but I'm saying like this was he got better on his tackling this season.
You see, Carly mentioned this, right? This is what Carly mentioned, right? She talked about how people got legitimate reasons for dogging WDN. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like people, was criticizing him and it was unfair. Every criticism that came Marcus Williams' way, he deserved it.
Oh, I agree about that because something when it came to Marcus, he blocked me on Twitter because I read his ass. So I'm not talking about that he don't deserve the criticism that he's getting. All I'm saying is he's gotten better, and we've seen him improve in certain spots where he wasn't as great when he first got in.
I'm gonna put it like this, right?
Yeah, he's had one bad season. He's had one bad season Uptown.
You understand?
I'm gonna say 2019 was iffy, but the only I know people gonna look at it because he had 4 or 5 interceptions that year, but he was kind of iffy that 2019 season.
Bruh, there's certain things that you expect of a damn safety. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't really care if my safeties didn't get a whole gang of interceptions. But as long as he's making key tackles and he's rocking people's block off, that's what I'm good with. You understand? And that's just the truth. I mean, it ain't like, like you dogging just to be dogging. Everybody, some Saints fans, at least every Saints fan that I've came in contact with have expressed some concern about Marcus Williams.
I'm pretty sure they can do that about everybody.
No, not. I'm talking about I
If you
came
was
in
close to
contact with.
everybody on the team,
I'm
that's
talking
not
about who I came in contact with, Carly. You understand what I'm saying? Who I came in contact with. Maybe people who you come in contact with can do that for everybody. But I know one thing, they was doing it for Marcus.
I'm
I know
cool.
one thing, they did it for Marcus. They did it for Pete, his little brother too. Well, his big brother.
I'm gonna just finish by saying,
All
man,
right, let me go ahead.
I just want to say I'm happy they tagged him because he really did start looking like one of the best safeties besides Buda Baker and probably I can't think of anybody else, but he looked real good, man. And Justin Simmons, that's what I wanted, man. But yeah, he looked good.
Is that the dude from the
But
Bears? Justin
nah,
Simmons?
he's the Cardinals.
No, he's with the Broncos. Justin Simmons is
Yeah,
with
the
the
Is he?
Broncos.
Broncos.
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
wait, wait,
yeah.
wait, wait,
That's
wait,
right.
wait,
That's
wait,
right.
wait, wait. You
Buda
talking
Baker's
about?
on the Cardinals.
Yeah.
You said
Buda
Buda Baker.
Baker?
Buda Baker's on
Justin
the Cardinals.
Simmons on the Broncos. Yeah, Justin Simmons on the Broncos. But Uptown talking about your free safety on the Bears.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
the
he
Bears
hit
got
ball.
good safety too, bro.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, you
not
talking
talking
about
about
Eddie
Dion,
Jackson?
not Dion
Eddie
Bush, but
Jackson. You talking
Yeah.
about Eddie Jackson?
Yeah.
Eddie Jackson.
He's good,
I
and
think. I
also
think. I think he had a pretty.
y'all forgetting about Michael Fitzpatrick. He's
Right.
also
he
damn
does.
good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
here's what I gotta say here. Here's what I got, especially this past season. You can't say maybe like I would say Marcus Williams was a top 3 safety last season, and that's all we can go on is last season because you know what I mean. You always got to look at how they're improving. But I know you were saying you were a hard hitting safety and you didn't want to ball hard. Here's the issue: if he was a big hard hitting safety, and then somebody comes across the middle and he separates him from the ball, the Saint 2006. I mean, then we get 15-yard hit on the defensive receiver penalty. And now everybody's calling him boneheaded and saying that why didn't he make a play on the ball? I mean, you can't have it both ways. Like it's just the way the NFL is going that he's got to play that finesse game where he actually gets the interceptions and makes secure tackles rather than always going for the big highlight hits and going after the ball. I mean, as long as he's wrapping up and not allowing the huge plays, which if I remember correctly, last season we didn't allow a whole lot of huge plays. So I think that's something we do have to look at. It's just the modern NFL, and he fits that mold. And Eddie Jackson, he does the same thing. And if I remember correctly, 2019 he was hot, or 2018, but this year, my stepmom, what I'm saying, she's a Bears fan, and he wasn't doing nearly as hot as
Yeah.
years
Yeah. That's what I
past.
was wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. Eddie Jackson, he didn't really have that grit of the year last season.
Like outside of 2018, there's not too many sticks you can throw at Marcus Williams because the only thing that people have on him is they say, oh, his PFF stat for allowing completions or something like that. But then you turn around and they still got him graded as like the number 2 safety since he came in the league, and that was
Yeah.
with an abysmal
That's
2018. So he's been arguably the top safety the 3 out of the 4 years that he's been in the league. So I mean, that's not a guy that you can let get away because, and I hate to bring this guy's name up, but y'all seen how big of an impact having that solid piece has been, and it all turned around in 2017. So we don't know truly if it was him, or if it was Lattimore that truly helped turn it around, or even DeMario. But like Darren Sharper, whenever he came in, that was a guy that
Oh
he
God.
made plays. You know what I'm saying? He might have allowed a catch, but he made plays for us, whether that was forced fumbles, that's interceptions, and that's what Marcus Williams does for it. Except I think he's a better tackler in space, minus 1 play his rookie year. So
God, I want to add something here. And I know we've been on Marcus Williams for a while, but you know it could have helped a number 2 cornerback. And that's going back to all these releases. I understand we had that. First of all, none of those cuts come as a surprise. Quan is likely to be cut. You know, all those guys, I feel like those guys, they basically would have put us on it basically put us on another level. We got the core guys, but we finally had got a second good linebacker, a second good receiver, a second good cornerback. Losing those guys, it really does hurt, bro. And yeah, man, I know it had to happen, but unfortunately, man, That's what we take a hit at.
What you got, CB? We done been on Marcus all for entirely too long now.
Well, I want y'all to. I want to ask y'all like, what y'all think about that though? Like,
about what you say, a second corner.
a second cornerback, a second linebacker, all those guys. Those guys they gone.
Well, see, I'll say this right quick. With all this drafting the QB and stuff. What's done went down now? We don't need to be trying to draft no QB. It's either need to be Jameis or we trade for Russ. Because now we don't have a number 2 corner, and then a linebacker. We don't have nobody to pair with DeMario. And you're not gonna have Zach Bond, being the mic and letting DeMario be the wheel. So yeah, those 2 positions, linebacker getting a wheel linebacker and a solid corner, that's the first priorities. And we're gonna have to do it at 28.
So I'm my whole thing is this, okay? So is Zach Bond, is he cutting it? That's the question.
With Zach Bond, I still don't understand why the Saints drafted him. Now I know they probably gonna since they did draft him, they gotta take a chance on him. But the fact that you got him, and for him, his best was rushing the passer. Can he do more than that? Where does he fit on his defense? Are they going to ask him to do more than just rush the passer? Are they going to ask him to cover?
Man, I don't even know, bro, because dude, he barely got any playing time. Barely. You understand? So I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't know quite what he brings to the table.
I mean, I'm just saying what he can do. That's what he was known for, rushing the passer. So my question is, what Saints is going to do to show that, hey, this is why we drafted this guy? You sit up there and you passed on a guy like Patrick Queen. Why is Zach Bond here?
That I don't know, bro. I mean, that's if he plays, bro. That's if he even plays.
He better play. You drafted him.
You know how that go, WD. That don't necessarily happen. You know what I'm saying?
We in a 4-2-5 about 90% of the game anyway, so it's gonna be 2 linebackers out there the majority of the game, and both of them gonna have to cover. DeMario can cover, but I don't know what's that Bond. He may be able to cover some running backs. I don't know. Really don't know.
With that is, bro, when you say 4-2-5, bro, I wonder if we ran that by necessity because we just didn't have, a third linebacker to run a 4-3. Did we do that by necessity or did we do that by plan? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that's a question that's something that's been, I've been pondering that question.
And guess what? I'm glad you brought that up because I'm about to say this. I didn't read everything Alex Anzalone said. No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what he said on a certain podcast. But all I gotta say is I'm glad he said what he said because now we can probably find a linebacker that can actually cover it. And I know Saints aren't good at drafting linebackers that know how to cover it.
What did he say though? I missed that.
Let's get into that.
Pretty much, I'm gonna just sum it up. He pretty much he felt unappreciated, and he knew the writing was on the wall when we traded for Quan Alexander. He knew his time was up.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to be on a team that wanted him there and that was gonna appreciate him. We appreciated you for as long as we could. You were the one that missed what could have possibly been a touchdown in the end zone. You the one that didn't recover a football. You was the one that let Quan Alexander come and outwork you and take your spot. You were the one that was lacking at your position, so someone else came and took it from you and showed you how you're supposed to do at that position. You can't be mad at nobody but yourself. You got the opportunity. You just squander it.
And then the dude got routed up by Fournette.
Man, I don't want to hear nothing coming out of his mouth. You know why, right? We've been extremely patient with him, with all his injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
This, that, and the third. I thought that we extended ourselves a little bit too much for him, in the past, to be honest with you. You understand? So he had some nerve to say what he's saying. I mean, didn't he missed virtually 2 whole seasons since he was here, huh? Mm-hmm. Virtually 2 whole seasons. And he got nerve to be talking about who appreciate him or whatever. And it was the same thing that was going on when he was in college. He was injury prone in college and became injury prone and stuff, as a pro. And I thought the Saints organization was very, very patient with him and lenient with him.
I agree with everything you just said, Uptown. That's why in my heart, I feel like when it comes down to it, when push comes to shove, Alex Anzalone, Marcus Davenport are two guys that if we were to cut them and let them go, they can't say shit about this organization. Especially don't talk about them the way that Anzalone did. Like, y'all were literally not there for 2 seasons.
Yep, and everything you said, I'm glad that you chronicled, some of the mishaps of him. You understand? So that, that other Saints fans can get a kind of an idea on why we feel the way that we feel.
Right.
To take W opportunities, and we gave him way too many, and he did nothing with them.
Yep, that's true.
You're right. If he recovered that fumble in the end zone against Kansas City, we probably win that game.
Now, I thought he would have been like a piece to bring back to back up, but the way he said that, I don't think he's looking to back up nobody. I think he's looking to start.
Not playing starter football though. Where he gonna start at? In the Jets in New York? not playing starter football, so you can't complain when you're not putting out the product. He's
That's
not
true.
up to the standard that he wants to be taken seriously. Like, you can't talk big dog shit and not play big boy football.
I'm talking about product. That's that great value product right there.
Bro.
So I'm gonna put this link in the comment section. You guys please call in and give us your thoughts on all these recent moves or any one that stood out to you.
Great value.
Yeah, I did.
Everybody, in case y'all don't know, right? That's the generic stuff that comes from Walmart.
When we talking about Fruit Loops and at Dollar Tree they got the
stuff on this podcast will definitely.
Oh boy, WD, you want?
I'm gonna stop, man.
So I wanted to I seen right before we got on about the Jameis situation. So do y'all think we still need to go out the rush, or do you think we need to save our core?
Wait, bro. What did he say? What did he say? He a great value product.
Oh, you still crazy.
Something really quick. I'm gonna have to leave once we hit the hour mark because I gotta put my baby to bed. So I just want to say thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for allowing me to come on y'all's show. This is the 100th episode. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy y'all shared y'all platform with me. For that nation, I love y'all. And I gotta go, but before I go, one more thing. These shirts that you see me wearing and that you seen the host CB wearing, they will soon be available for purchase along with mugs and a whole bunch of other merchandise. So be on the lookout for that because we hook y'all up for great prices. Y'all be looking out for discount codes, and every purchase that you buy comes with free homemade New Orleans pecan candies. So be on the lookout for that. We gonna hook y'all up. We got y'all, and as always, who that, and I love y'all. And it's out.
Before you get off, I just want to say who that nation of pecan candies is A1. So be sure. hope you guys can taste some of them. Shout out to Carly.
New Orleans, man, especially if you ain't from New Orleans, you ain't never had that before. You need to get that in your life.
Yeah.
Get that in
See, I ain't New Orleans bred, so when I tasted them, man, I thought I was in another world.
He calls them cookies. That's how disrespectful he is. He calls them cookies, and I
cookies.
Oh,
but yeah, y'all, they coming. So be on the lookout for it because it's coming real, real soon. Like faster than I expected. It's coming real soon. We gonna hook y'all up. I am out. I love y'all and happy 100th episode.
Who that, Carly?
Who that?
Who that?
Jay. Hey, get in here, Jake. Get in here, man. We about to sign Jameis. That I believe. I
Hey,
believe
bro.
that's what we got to do. So
Hey,
get in here and give us your thoughts.
CB, CB, can I mention something? Can I talk about something right quick? I'm not gonna stay on it that long. I
Yeah.
listened to the show last week, and I caught an interesting exchange, between y'all and my number one round, my homeboy, Uptown Third Ward homie, Flama. Um, and let me just say this, right? You know, um, I heard him talk about, it was something, the mayors of New Orleans and Seattle. That's what the origin of it was, talking about, Russell Wilson, is that the third. And I don't want to hear this talk about what Drew Brees, done for the city and all this, that, and the third. You understand? It's time to move on from that man. All right? And don't be goading nobody and make them feel guilty about wanting Drew Brees gone because he has diminished in his skills. Don't throw no guilt trip on nobody behind that. You understand? Because the same way you can talk about um, what Drew Brees did for the city, we can also talk about the disrespectful things that he said during the time that we was during the time that they was having a whole lot of unrest, racial unrest. You understand? So you got to realize that works both ways. Okay, so stop trying to put a guilt trip on people because we want another quarterback. That's unfair to do. You understand? If you can do that with virtually damn near any player, that's engaged inside the community, as in the NFL or the NBA. But don't throw no guilt trip on nobody because a cat can't play, at the level that he can play any longer, and we want to see somebody come in who can play, at least solid. And I don't know if we're gonna get immediately getting no elite quarterback after we get rid of Breeze. But getting rid of Breeze is a necessity now. And that's all I really have to say about that.
I definitely
Right.
approve.
All right. That's fast. That's fast.
So what you got, CB?
Man, that's basically about it. I want to, I wanted to ask about the what y'all think about. Y'all think we still need to go out to Russ? You
Man,
know,
look, if Russ is
after these
if Russ
restructures.
if Russ is available and the Saints can get him, go for it. I mean, I wouldn't give up on it.
As if Russ is available and all these things, it's true that they're saying is going on in Seattle,
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I'm gonna be quite honest with you, bro. I don't buy none of it. I just don't. It just I just don't buy it. You understand? Maybe they have a little smoke there, but I don't think that it's at the level that everyone is making it out to be. I just don't, man. And if I'm wrong, I'll be just as shocked as the next person. You understand? Because I really don't see how Seattle can coexist without Russell Wilson. I think if they get rid of Russell Wilson, that's just saying they want to be in rebuild mode. The defense already is trash. You know what I'm saying? So, and Russell Wilson is the best thing going for that team.
That's
But
true.
if they want to get rid of him and he wants to come play for us, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
And I'm all for it no matter what we have to do. You understand? So it is what it is, bro. But I don't think so. And then I've been hearing the narrative I've heard through CB is that he would much rather play for the Chicago Bears. I know how preposterous that sounds, but it is. That's what I've heard, bro. So I don't know what to make of all that. You understand? I don't know why anybody would choose the Bears over the Saints. I don't really see, because they don't really have the weapons that we have, especially, considering, where he's coming from. But I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? I fully expect, and that's why didn't get really too excited about that, because I fully expect Jameis Winston to be the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints next season.
Right. I'm bracing myself. I want this Russell Wilson news to just be a surprise. And I want the surprise to happen, but I'm not like it's gonna happen, because now we're at the point where we do trade them. We're gonna have to send some core pieces now, because we're not released, some
somebody
trade.
big gonna have to go, bro. Somebody big, you're right.
Andrew Speed, man.
Yeah, that's what I say too, bro. I'm all for that.
Right.
I mean, man, look, this is what I'm gonna see, man. Our tackles are the best part of our O-line, right? They got all these guards out in free agency. Solid guards, solid to good guards. And we sitting up here with dudes that getting quarterback skill.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yes. Say it again. I would commit to say that again.
I gotta say all that again.
Yeah. So people can understand, bro.
All these solid to good guards is sitting here in free agency, and we sitting up here with guards that's getting quarterbacks hurt.
Mm-hmm. And high price too, by the way.
Yeah, very high price.
You understand? Very high price. So if they want Andrews, we can throw Andrews in there.
Hey, can you pop up that last comment? I'm trying to figure out what this means. I gotta know what this means right here.
Getting Russ is a lost cause.
I think he means that it's a lost cause because I don't think that he feels that we have the necessary assets to acquire Russell Wilson. Just like people were saying we didn't have the necessary assets to acquire Deshaun Watson as well. So I think that's where he's coming from with that. But I don't know if he means that it's a lost cause for our football team. Hell no. But it's certainly a lost cause if you look at the assets that we have in acquiring it.
Man, look. This is we want to talk about lost cause, huh? 2 firsts, Taysom and Pete. Let's get it.
Yeah.
We gonna throw a third. I mean, we can throw a third if they want it too. I'm just saying.
I mean, if that's what they desire, they can probably. I see what you're going at with that. I mean, you get an offensive lineman that can improve your line. Maybe you can plug Taysom in until you find the quarterback that you want to be your franchise quarterback.
And we got 3 comp picks. We got 2 thirds and 1 6. So we got some draft pieces.
Lost cause.
Well,
I mean, you trade him. We already a cornerback down, and we already a linebacker down. So I mean, it'll just have to be some. I'm all for it. I'm not saying that, but
Man, look, I know it's not certain. I know that. I mean, I know it's like I know it's probably not. It might not happen, but I'm just saying.
More likely than not. That's
Yeah, but I'm just saying, bro. Like, it's there. It ain't no lost cause, man. That's nonsense.
Okay. What you got, CB?
All right, so that about wrap everything up. Far as far as the rumors and all the moves, I think we up to date with all that. The latest one I just seen about with Jameis. We'll see how that goes. Y'all got any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
Go ahead, WD.
Yeah, I really don't have much there. I just wanted to say shout out to the chat, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. It was kind of fun talking about some Saints on this Friday night. But yeah, that's all I got.
Well, this is all I wanted to say too is that the next couple of weeks would determine a lot, in terms of the shape of damn near every team's roster. because we about to get deep into the free agency, and then we can get more of an idea, on what we trying to do this season, and it may even clear up all these things with these rumors and stuff concerning whether we getting Russell Wilson and stuff or not. That should be cleared up in the next couple of weeks, and whether Jameis Winston is going to be our quarterback, next season. So there's a lot of important things going on in the next couple of weeks. And I'm just waiting and patiently waiting to see, how all that, shapes up.
I want a good surprise. I just want a good surprise,
The Wilson surprise.
Hey, see, you ain't even had to say the name, bro. I just said good surprise. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
But who that nation? Also, we're gonna be heavy. We got some comp picks, so we're gonna have a good amount of picks. But just be on the lookout for the draft segments we're gonna start doing. Probably around the end of the month, maybe the first week of April. I was looking at a lot of those guys' pro days, and without them having a combine this year, they gonna have to get all their numbers and stuff with the pro day. So might just wait till the first week of April, and wait till they had a pro day to get their numbers. But for the ones that saw what we done last year with the draft segments, the position of need, linebacker and cornerback, that just stands out right now.
Yeah. And CB, I know we can debate about it. We can debate about this another time, but I just want to throw it out there. You can put a receiver on there too, because got to replace that second receiver. I know we got that debate going, but we gonna have to keep talking about that.
I agree, but I wish that somehow, maybe Kenny Galladay might be like, I might want to wear fleur de lis.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
That would be nice.
Right.
So then do your thing, CB.
But yeah, that was actually I let it be known last week, but yeah, how we gonna do it though? We're going to have 5 people per position group. One segment gonna be 5 guys for a position group. Then the next week will be 5 more in another. It's just gonna be 5 guys that we think will be sitting there at 28. So for an example, like the Michael Parsons, when we do the linebackers, we won't even talk about him because it's no way he gonna be there at 28. So we're just gonna put
Notre Dame ain't gonna be there either.
Yeah, he not either. Now that's the guy that I want if we go with linebacker, but he not gonna be sitting there at 28.
They're gonna snatch Wody up so fast, bro. He gonna be gone.
Yeah.
I think that dude is the number 1 rated linebacker in the draft.
Now look, we talking about linebackers. Y'all know Saints don't be drafting no good linebackers.
They don't.
y'all know that.
We haven't drafted no good linebackers really since the 80s. If you really want to tell the truth. The linebackers we have gotten since the 80s, most of them has been free agents.
And look, they see an offensive line, they say, "Oh, I can't believe he was there."
No, we'll see. I'm just saying that I don't think this should be the draft where, offensive linemen should be round 1.
Hey, don't let it shock you, bro.
If they draft the O-lineman, bro, number 1 again this season, I'm going to hit the roof. I'm telling you that right. You're going to have problems with me because I'm going to talk about it all the time, and I'm going to be pissed. I'm warning you right now. You understand what I'm saying? So let's not go that route, man. We already had one last season, that got quarterback ribs broke. But it is what it is,
All right, but yeah, once again, just shout out, to everybody that tuned in. So that's how it's going to go. With these segments, they won't be live, so y'all just be on the lookout for them. We'll give you guys a heads up, on the community tabs. But yeah, it's going to be real interesting. We enjoyed doing that last year. We do it again this year. So linebacker, cornerback, and I guess we have to receiver in the.
Hey, put that up with Jake. Can you put that comment up with Jake guy right there?
This last one.
Yeah. About that kid out of Northwestern. Yeah, but there's also a good cornerback that's coming from South Carolina. I don't know if y'all familiar with him, but his
Yeah.
name is Jace Horn.
Yeah. They say he might be the first cornerback off the board.
You think so? I heard about somebody else, but I heard that he's like a top 3 in this draft.
Y'all hear me talking too much about the draft because my expectations are lowered.
Yeah, they are.
That's who I am right now.
But this the thing about this draft we got. Like I said, them comp picks, they could really help us out if we don't do no trades before the draft, because we can use some of them to move up to get somebody.
You can't
I just
forget
don't
that.
think
You can't forget that Saints are a little bit in trouble too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just gotta see how free agency fare out, but we still gonna hit the positions of needs, that's glaring right now. Regardless, like I said, if we get a solid number 2 corner in free agency, well, I think we just need to draft one. Draft one and had 2 young dogs back there. 2 young dogs out there. Just go with that. But yeah, we'll put the positions of needs. That's what we'll do the segments on. So you guys gonna enjoy that. Once again, please like, subscribe, follow the page. Shout out to all the outlets that tuned in from Facebook, YouTube, and the Twitter page. If y'all don't have anything else to say, we will be back on here next week sometime, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some more news that came out. Shout out to Mickey, for getting us down this low, expeditiously, quick, without giving up a core player, without moving a core player. With some solid, players like a Malcolm Brown, but he, far as the core of the team is still intact. So that's a good thing. So we'll catch you guys next week. It's the WDN Chatline podcast. We are out. Who that?
Who that, baby?